Well, hello, and welcome back to that thing we like to call Curless Mania, where we talk all things pop, rock, and prog. It's been a minute since I've made a video. Life's been, we always say life gets in the way sometimes. Work has been amped up. I just put out a new record with my band Crossword Smiles called Consequences and Detours, shameless plug. Um, and we just did a record release gig. And when you're trying to rehearse, you put a band together and you're rehearsing material, and it's a lot. It takes up a lot of your mental and physical energy to get through all of that and do a gig. Um, and it went really well. It was a great show, but it took up a lot of time. And I've also had other things like going on, like weddings and graduations and traveling to those things. And there's just been a lot going on. So I haven't, it's been bugging me. Believe me, I'm like, I got to get another video. Like my Curless Mania is like, I need another video up. It's been a while. So, this is something that actually I was thinking about for a while because Genesis is one of my favorite bands, as you can't tell. I've mentioned that a lot, if not my favorite. I mean, when it really comes down to it, how many hours have I listened to Genesis? Probably, maybe outstrips almost every other band, possibly. I don't know. It's definitely up there. Genesis is for sure one of my favorite bands of all time, and I. I thought, I was listening to this week, and I figured, I'm going to do a video on this because it was, as I was listening to it, this Genesis Archive number 2, 1976 to 1992. It just brought back all of my frustrations with this collection. Um, so I was excited to buy this when, after devouring this archive, the first archive, which I thought was awesome, and it felt like it was. I don't know. It just felt very the Lamb. Having the Lamb live. And okay, there were overdubs. I get that, but it sounds amazing, and it's a full show of the Lamb, which was like, are you kidding me? Like that's like the holy grail for Genesis fans, and it sounds amazing. And it's from Los Angeles, and it's great. It's the whole Lamb show. Except for I think maybe they did an encore of like Musical Box or something like that, or Fourth or Fifth or something like that. They did one song from the past just to like placate people because they just did the whole record Suicide, and they were like, well, okay, we got to at least play one song that people know. So they would do an encore, but I think that the encore did not get recorded. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about this. I'm going to do a whole nother video on this. This is awesome, right? So I was pretty psyched with this. So when the second archive came out, I ran, I ran to the store and bought it or ordered it. I can't remember which one I did, but I bought it immediately when it came out. Just keep hitting the table. Um, so, and I just remember like listening to it and being like, hmm, uh, it just feels like this is like a missed opportunity. I guess that's why I would call it. There's a lot of great stuff on here. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great things on here. But the way it's put together, it's like so slapdash. Like, who put this together? I feel like I could have done it. Like, give me the job, put me in, coach. I could do a better job. Um, give me all the materials, and I'll put something better together than this. And I'm saying this again. I'm saying this as a massive fan, right? I mean, I'm a huge fan, so I'm criticizing this, but I'm just saying as a fan, and I don't think I'm alone in the fandom of this, for this archive, that it just was a little weird. It was like it didn't seem like a lot of thought or effort was, maybe some effort was put in, but it seemed like it's just frustrating. And I'm going to list the reasons why. Um, so first of all, like for example, let's just start with this. So it looks like there's going to be 4 discs, right? When you pull this up, you think, oh, it's going to be a 4 disc set. Not so much. There's 2 discs. Oh, there's the first two. So there's going to be two, and there's the booklet. There's the booklet on the other side right here, which is cool. The booklet's good. And then you think, oh, there's going to be 2 more discs, and you open it up. Oh no, there's only one. So like that alone is like, okay. The first of all is like, okay, there's 3 discs. Secondly, they keep going over the We Can't dance thing, which I is not my favorite. Like that's like the silhouette of them doing the dance from We Can't Dance. not my favorite era of Genesis. Like it's like, okay, why are you like put the Abacab cover or the Duke cover or the I don't then there were three or something or Wind and Weather something like that. It's like you I don't know. It's like the artwork isn't great either. Like the artwork could be so much better. Okay, there's little things here. There's Duke. There's Invisible Touch. Yeah, but there they are again, dancing again. It's like we already have that here. You don't have to do it again here. So like I don't know. It's just okay. There's Duke. Okay, there's We Can't Dance. We Can't Dance again. So obviously they love We Can't Dance, and that's for me. It's one of my least favorite Genesis albums. I just don't like it that much. Um, so anyway, that's start with the artwork, and so the awkwardness of it's only three discs. It looks like it's going to be four, and it's only three, just from the look of it. And then the artwork just seems kind of like like thrown again, sort of thrown together. Like could have been better. It doesn't, and even like the Genesis archive. I mean, it just feels like that could have been. It's like a really boring font, and I don't know, just the whole thing. It's anyway. So so quibbling about that. So that's sort of quibbles, but whatever. And then so let's get to the content. So I listened to every disc all the way through, and I made notes. Actually, just I wanted to get this right, so I made notes, and I put like little like ratings for each song and what I thought. And um, let's dive in. Okay, so why is this such a disappointment? Let's start. Disc one, On the Shoreline, starts it out from 1991. It's a We Can't Dance outtake. Actually, it's not a bad outtake. It's actually On the Shoreline's a pretty good song. It's one of those where you go, wow, I'm surprised this wasn't on the record because to me, On the Shoreline is actually better than some of the songs on We Can't Dance, in my opinion. It could have easily made the record, actually made the record better. It's interesting because it's kind of a cool track, and it's like I love Phil's vocal is very like impassioned, and I mean, yeah, it's kind of a simple song, but it kind of it works. Um, I don't know. I like it. It's a good song. So, but still not my favorite era of Genesis. But I would say, and actually you hear a little bit of the elephant noise from No Son of Mine. So maybe that's why they didn't include it because you can hear some of that. Um, then we go to the second track, Hearts on Fire. Ouch. 1991, another We Can't Dance song. Ooh, this is way too far in the pop direction. I mean, I'm okay with some of the pop stuff they do, but this one's like, did it, did it, did it, do and you're like, whoa, 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 what is happening? Like, and there are songs on We Can't Dance that are sort of like this too, where you're like, oh my god, they're going way too far in the pop direction, and it sounds like definitely sounds like a Phil Collins solo song. It could easily be a solo Phil Collins song. Doesn't sound like Genesis to me. So that to me just gets a nope. Like I don't like that song. I mean, it's an outtake. It's good. I guess like nice to have. I guess, but like it's not something I listen to ever. Like I usually would like skip that song. Then we jump into so two songs from 1991. We Can't Dance started out. Okay, that seems odd to start with We Can't Dance outtakes. Let's just start with that. Like, why are we starting in 1991? Then it jumps back 10 years right away into You Might Recall. Awesome song. Outtake from Abacab. Love it. It's on, obviously, I know it because it came out on the 3x3 EP, which I actually had back in I gotta find I'm gonna have to buy that again because I really want to have that as a collector. And I don't know what happened to it through the years. I somehow got lost, but it's also of course on Three Sides Live. I mean, it's on this too, and that's how I really listen to it mostly on this. But man, I mean, the fourth side of this I always really enjoyed. I mean, Paper Late. All right, we'll get into it. I don't want to go. I like side four of this, and that's where I heard You Might Recall most of the time was from this. So, great song. I love You Might Recall. I think it's excellent. Um, really cool song. Really cool outtake from 1981 from the Abacab sessions. Okay, then we go to Paper Late, another outtake from Abacab, which was also on Three Sides Live and also on the EP. Um, named after a lyric, obviously, Paper Late, Cried a Voice in the Crowd from Selling England by the Pound. And, it's sort of the second song with the Earth, Wind, and Fire horns, right? So maybe they decided two songs with horns might be a little too much, so they decided to keep it off. They did No Reply at All. And that was good enough for the horns. But Paper Late's a great track. It's got a lot of energy. It's a lot of upbeat. It's very good. Like I like it a lot. Great drums. Evidence of Autumn is next from 1980. It's a Duke outtake. Awesome song. Love Evidence of Autumn. Excellent, excellent. So, just to catch you up on the ratings, I have okay for On the Shoreline. Nope. Hearts of Fire. Nope. I have you might recall excellent. Paper Late great. Evidence of Autumn excellent. So I love this song. Could have easily been on Duke. Like I listen to that song and I listen to that tune and I just go, man, this could have been on Duke. Like it's really up there. Like I'm shocked that they took this song off. I don't know what I would take off of Duke because I really like Duke a lot. I don't know what I would substitute, so I don't know how to. But I love Evidence of Autumn. I think it's an excellent chorus. I think the verse is really like I don't know how to describe it. It's just very melodic and like very evocative. And when I hear the song, it just takes me back for some reason that I just love it. Anyway, great song. Then we skip to 1986 to Invisible Touch outtake, Do the Neurotic. Not a bad instrumental. I think that I rated this one okay. It's a good instrumental, I guess. It's pretty enjoyable. I wouldn't say it's the level of like Home by the Sea or anything like that, but it does have a decent amount of energy, and I do like some of the changes that happen during it. It keeps my attention, so that's good. And it does have a lot of like energy to it. It's got like a kinetic energy, which I like. And good one, good track. But I can see why it's an outtake. Let's put it that way. Brazilian is better than this, so I like the Brazilians. Keep that. Um, then we skip to another Invisible Touch outtake. I'd Rather Be You, and this is another skip. Nope. Ouch. Another way too poppy song from Invisible Touch. Again, sounds like Phil solo. No, thank you. Like this one's just like a no thanks, and I could see why it's an outtake, and it's like, yeah, this is again going way too far in the. I'm okay with some of the pop they do, but this is going too far in the pop direction, which they tended to do later in the career, which got worse and worse. So I'd Rather Be You is definitely a hard pass. So then we skip back to 1981. So this is just skipping all over the place chronologically, which is driving me insane. Like I don't know if maybe it's just me, but I'm just like, I'd rather have these in order that they were recorded. Like, why is this shot jumping all over the place? Like, that's like my one of my biggest beefs. I'm like, come on, put this in order. Like, okay, so we're back to Abacab now with Nami Nanu, which is another instrumental, sort of instrumental. He's singing like nonsense, like Nami 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 Na Nami Na 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 Na. So he's doing like sort of like maybe they were gonna have words at some point, but he's just sort of scatting. Again, not a bad instrumental, but sort of repetitive. And may have been potential for better if they had worked on it some more. Sort of jazzy guitar. There's these other jazzy guitar breaks. I don't know if that's Mike. It was like that's pretty good if that's Mike. He's doing some jazzy guitar stuff, and some cool like breaks. But again, it's a little bit. It almost feels like they're working through something that maybe could be better if they kept working on it, but they decided not to. They just kind of said, we're going to move on from this one. So, that's what it kind of feels like. So pretty good, but not, definitely feels undercooked a little bit. Inside and Out. This is from 1970. Now we jump back to 77 from, this is an outtake from Wind and Wuthering that was on Spot the Pigeon EP, which I have around here somewhere. I just bought it recently, actually. I found it at a record store and I bought it, just cause I wanted it. It's one of those for the collection. But again, Wind and Wuthering Sessions, good track. But I don't think it would have fit on Wind and Wuthering. I really like Wind and Wuthering a lot, and I love Wind and Wuthering. I don't think this would have fit. Like, I don't know. Some people love this track. I like it. It feels, I don't know how to describe it. I like the track, but I do feel like they made the right call in keeping it off Wind and Wuthering. I don't know. It kind of feels like two songs thrown together, like the verse is very mellow at the beginning, and then it kind of turns into sort of an instrumental jam at the end. But it kind of feels like tacked together. Like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it flows that well. I like the second part, though. The sort of aggressive instrumental stuff is really cool. But I don't know, the song as a whole, it's good. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad song. I just I don't love it. Like I don't go like, wow, Inside and Out, what a great song. It's pretty good, pretty good. Um, some people might that might be a hot take. Some people might say it's a great song, but anyway. Um, then we skip to 1986 for Feeding the Fire. Again, back to the Invisible Touch. And this one's actually pretty good. This is a pretty good outtake. This is another one that could have fit on the record, I think. Feeding the Fire, and there's a lot of passion, a lot of great vocal from Phil on this. Like he's really killing it on this, and it just seems like he's got a lot of passion. It's kind of odd that it didn't make the record, but anyway, I really like it. I think it's I love I love the chorus, you know. And I just think it's I like the verses kind of go along nicely, and it's a good track from '86. I like it. It's a good outtake. Um, then we go to a 12-inch mix of "I Can't Dance," and I all I have is next. They do. I mean, I don't. The 12-inch mixes. Do we need them? I mean, do we really need 12-inch mixes? There's how many are there? There's four of them on this. I, the 12-inch mixes are for like dance bands and R&B bands and rap and things that go on and on that people want to dance to. I mean, it's not fit. It doesn't fit for Genesis. It doesn't. Genesis has no business doing 12-inch mixes, remixes. I just don't. Anyway, that's another problem I have with this. It's like really, I just skip this. I just skip. Like if I want to, I don't even like the song "I Can't Dance" that much. So hearing a 12-inch remix is like really bad. Like next, "Submarine" 1981 from Abacab, track number 12. This is sort of like very odd. This is like kind of it's like slowed down. It kind of feels like they purposefully slowed the tape down, and it's kind of experimental actually. It's sort of like they were experimenting a little bit. At this point, they had their own studio, the farm, so they could just. I think they had a lot more time to record and experiment and jam and for Abacab, and it shows because Abacab was almost a double album. They had enough material apparently to do a double album, but they decided against it in the end. But Submarine, I mean, I guess maybe Submarine was part of the double album. I don't know, but it's I wouldn't say it's too exciting. It's kind of like it kind of gets a little bit like a little boring after a while because it doesn't really go anywhere. So I mean, I could this is one where I could see why it didn't make the album. Even with what is the song? You know, who done it? Was it you or was it me? I mean, even that. I mean, at least that has some like I don't know personality to it. This Submarine's just kind of it's okay. It's okay. It definitely feels like they abandoned it. They didn't. They could have worked on it more, maybe, or I don't know. Anyway, so it ends with that. So there's disc one. It's a bunch of like studio outtakes that are like that are just jumbled together and thrown together, like from different eras all over the place, and it just doesn't flow very well because it's from all these different eras. So anyway, so disc two. Okay, now here's a live disc. So we just heard a bunch of studio outtakes. Now disc two is a live disc, and the live disc jumps all over the place chronologically as well. So that's another. It's almost like they did like a mixtape. Like like somebody like said, hey, here's a mixtape of Genesis stuff. There's some from outtakes and live stuff. It's just a mix. I just threw it all together. It's a mixtape. So it starts with Illegal Alien from 1984, the Mama tour in the LA at the LA Forum. Not bad, not bad a version, but it's not. I've heard better versions of it. And this song, frankly, just a lot of people said it. It hasn't aged very well. I mean, it just people like the younger generation listening to this song are like, he's doing like an accent, and he's kind of is he like? I mean, it's supposed to be all in fun, but these days people would be like kind of like taking offense to this song almost. So I kind of get it. Even at the time, it was sort of like, wow, I know it's like a joke, but anyway, sort of a jokey song for them. It's okay. It's okay. Then we go to Dreaming While You Sleep from Earl's Court in November '92, the We Can't Dance tour. I'm not really a huge fan of this song. You can tell they're hard. They're trying hard. They think they got something there. They're being really dramatic. Isn't it? I think it's about like a guy who like a hit and run or something. Like a guy hits somebody and then he drives away and then it haunts him or something like that. I think that's what it's about. But it just doesn't. It's not a great Genesis song for me. It kind of drags a little bit. Um, it's okay. That's my take on it. It's okay. And this live version is not like wow, what a great live version. It's okay. Um, okay, it's gonna get better from the LA Forum, January 1984, the Mama tour again. Not bad, but my notes say not bad, but I have better versions on tape. I had a tape from I think it's the actually like the VHS Mama tour, Mama, VHS concert, and that concert's awesome. And I think that it's in England somewhere. Uh, is it Birmingham maybe? I can't remember. Anyway, it's somewhere and it's a great show. It's a very good show. And that version of It's Gonna Get Better on that is way better than this version on here. So anyway, just it's okay. Like I love the song, but I've heard way better live versions. Okay, Deep in the Motherlode is track 4 from Drury Lane, May 1980, the Duke tour. Good lively version. I love the song. This is a good live version, lots of energy. So this one's really good. So this is like the first like really good live take that track 4, Deep in the Motherlode. Great. Ripples is track 5 from the Lyceum in London, May 1980, another Duke tour. Um, uh, Song. Good version, but not quite as majestic as it needs to be. I miss Hackett on this. Ripples is, I don't know, it's just sort of, it's from Trick of the Tail. It's when Hackett was in the band, and I just kind of miss Steve Hackett on this. It's good, it's okay, it's good, decent, but it could be better again. The Brazilian is next. I don't have where this was from. Where was this from? No, I'm just curious. Brazilian, where were you from? It's probably Invisible Touch tour, right? It's got to be. Sorry about this. Hold on a second. Brazilian, where are you? Wembley Stadium in '87. Okay, so it's a Wembley. I have the Wembley concert on DVD, and it's a good show. So this is a good version. It's a good, solid version from Wembley. It's good. '86 Visible Touch tour when they were on top of the world. I really like the Brazilian, and it's a good version. Your Own Special Way is next, track 7. It's from Sydney in December '86. I have Not Bad, but a little mellow, needs more feeling. Strings are nice, but I'm not that excited about the strings. It's like they have a string section on this, and maybe that was something they did as special for that concert. But I don't know. I don't really love it. I don't. Usually I like strings, but for some reason on this version, I just don't. I'm not that excited about it. So it's okay. Um, from Sydney Entertainment Center, December '86. String arrangement, Peter Robinson, and there's a string section. It's okay. I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know. I like the version on Wind and Wuthering better. So not a great live version of it, I don't think, in my opinion. Burning Rope, excellent. Okay, Houston. Now we're talking. Houston, October '78. Then There Were Three tour was awesome. Every recording I have of it and everything I've heard from it, I just think is great. So it's a great tour, and they played the Then There Were Three songs are like come to life live. So people that don't really love Then There Were Three, listen to like bootleg. I have a bootleg called Mouth of the Monster. I talk about this all the time. It's like one of my favorite bootlegs. I bought it in New York when I in like 80 in the 80s, and I was so excited about it. And both of our like a friend group, we all like Genesis, and we were all pumped about that bootleg because it sounds good. It's from Chicago. It sounds really good. It's great versions, like great. I don't know. It's a really good album. Anyway, Burning Rope is on that, and it's Burning Rope is obviously on this too. So this is a good version, and it feels a little dry compared to the version I've heard on the bootleg. You can hear the crowd going crazy, so they're kind of turning the crowd down a lot, which it's kind of like let the crowd. It's okay, like it's a live version, it's all right. Anyway, but it's excellent, still really really good, like it. Entangled, excellent. Stratfordshire, is I think how you say it, July '76. This is a '76 tour, Trick of the Tail tour. Another great tour. This is Steve Hackett's present. And Phil doing his falsetto, and great version, really good. Entangled, excellent. Duke's Travels, another excellent track. From the Lyceum in London in May 1980. That was the I think this was the show that was filmed. That's part of the Duke thing when you buy the Duke reissue or whatever. Um, Killer version of this. Great. It's always really good live. Duke's Travels, I love. It's like one of my favorite tracks, and they always kill it live. And this is no exception. So another excellent track. So it ends really strong with like a string of like 4 or 5 really awesome live tracks. Like okay, um, but again, from different tours, different years, different lineups, different. It's just like it just feels a little disjointed. This again. So the theme with this box set. Okay, so we're done with disc 2. So disc 3 starts with what does it start with? Okay, let's go. Disc 3, here we go. Invisible Touch 12-inch. Oh, well, okay. All right, well maybe okay, skip. Next track, Land of Confusion 12-inch. Skip. Next. Tonight, tonight, tonight 12-inch. Next. Like really like it's almost like they're trying to like they don't have enough material for disc 3, so they're just like piling on all these 12 inches. And I just think like there's gotta be something. I mean, I'd rather have more live versions than 12-inch remixes. Like I just just frustrating. Like 4 12-inch remixes is just like ugh, yikes. I'm not even. I mean, anyway. So I'm skipping right to No Reply at All. So we're skipping back to live versions. So now we're back to live stuff. So again, just totally schizophrenic. Uh, from the Savoy in New York City, November 81. Good live version from Three Sides Live. It might be from the Three Sides Live recordings, actually. I'm thinking that the next two songs are from the Three Sides Live recordings, from these that came from this batch of recordings. Because I think some of these came from New York City in '81. So so No Reply at All. It's tough though because there's no horns. So Mike is doing his best to do the and he's just doing it on guitar. It's like I can see why they're like, okay, this version's live or hard. It's hard to replicate. I mean, they're doing their best, and it's not bad. It's just you miss the horns. So I can see why. That's probably why they left it off Three Sides Live. Man on the Corner, another from batch of recordings from Three Sides Live from the Savoy. Again, same show. Might be the same show. Another great live version, Man on the Corner. Great vocals from Phil. I like the Abacab songs live. It's what's funny if you listen closely, you can hear some guy yell because it's really quiet. There's doing the they're doing the beginning of Man on the Corner, and it's kind of quiet, and you can hear some guy yell, like some drunk guy. He's like, "Where's the rest of the band?" It's really funny. If you turn it up, you can hear him really clearly. It's pretty funny. Um, and then it moves on to The Lady Lies. Very good from the Lyceum in London, May 1980 Duke tour. Great version of this. Very intense ending. Excellent. This is, I always said The Lady Lies was where like Daryl Sturmer like really proved his stripes. And you hear him like just ripping at the end of this. It's really good. Really good version of that. Open Door. Now, okay, now the live tracks are over and we're going back to studio outtakes. Okay. So now it's Open Door from the Duke sessions from 1980. Great, good, really good song. Really enjoy it. But I can see why it didn't make it onto Duke. It's I mean I do really like Open Door a lot, but I could see it doesn't seem to. I don't know if it really fits the rest of the record. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. It's a good song. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. It's just probably my least favorite outtake from the sessions. Um, the Day the Light Went Out is the outtake from Then There Were Three, and I really love that track. Like, this is where I stopped taking notes. I just stopped, but I can do the rest from memory. Day the Light Went Out. I remember hearing this outtake on a bootleg like a long time ago and being like, oh, this is a cool track. Like I really like this song. So yeah, I could see this. Really good outtake, like high level, high quality outtake. I like it. Um, it might be a B side. They may have put it out as a B side. If I'm, it's not an outtake. They did put it out as a B side. Anyway, Vancouver is another kind of a mellow track from I believe it's Duke. Because it's Vancouver is talking about when Phil was breaking up with his wife, his first wife, and he had to go to Vancouver to try to save the marriage. Um, he went. He basically said to the guys, he said to Tony and Mike, "Well, I got to go. I got to try to save my marriage, so I'm heading out." So he went. He's like, the band. If the band's going to continue, then I guess I'm out because I got to go try to save my marriage. And they said, whoa, whoa, it's okay. We'll do our solo albums. It's okay. We'll take a break. We've been working hard anyway. We'll take a break. Go. We're going to go do our solo records. Sort out your marriage, and we'll come back. Anyway, long story short is Phil's marriage didn't get sorted out. Obviously, came back pretty quickly, and then he was kind of alone in his house. So he was started writing and recording. So I think Vancouver is one of the songs that he recorded. Genesis did it, but it didn't make the album. So, but it's good. It's a good album or a good song. So next up is Pigeons, which was I did find my Spot the Pigeon EP. Here it is. Uh, Match of the Day, Pigeons, and Inside and Out. Interesting that Match of the Day didn't make it onto here. It didn't make the cut. They must be a little embarrassed by it or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So Pigeons is one of the tracks on here, and it's all right. It's okay. Again, I can see why it didn't. I can see why it didn't make Wind and Wuthering. I think Wind and Wuthering is so strong that it's just like I can't imagine substituting any of the tracks for Wind and Wuthering. I just love that album. So and Pigeons is sort of like, it's okay. It's all right. It's kind of like one. The verses are like one chord. It's just like ding a ding a ding a ding, ding a ding a ding a ding, ding. It's like, okay. After a while, you're like, all right. Um, so anyway, then it goes to It's Yourself, which is an outtake from Trick of the Tail. And this is another track I remember hearing on a bootleg back in the day and being like, whoa, this is like Los Endos, but it's like a song. Like they made a song out of the beginning of Los Endos. And it's actually really cool. Like I love It's Yourself. I think it's really, really cool. And I just think they probably discarded it because they turned it into Los Endos. So I get that, but I think that It's Yourself is just really, really good. Like it's really cool. So I'm glad it exists and I'm glad that it's on here. Because I really love it. So anyway, and then it ends with jumps back to 1983 from 76 to 83. And it's just the Mama work in progress. So it's like you hear them working up Mama, which I know they loved that song. I mean, I love that song. I think Mama's a great song. And it just shows their sort of create. I guess you're getting a peek into their creative process as to like how it kind of developed, and you can hear them like kind of getting closer to what it eventually becomes. And I think it just started with Mike came in with a drum machine and just distorted the crap out of it. And he said it was almost like it was just like shaking. It was so distorted, it was like shaking on the floor. And you get that. And they just realized that was such a cool thing. And once they kind of had it cranked up and it was like, oh, this is so cool, we can totally like use this as the basis for a song. And then you can hear Phil just kind of going dee dee dee, like he doesn't have any lyrics yet, but he's kind of singing along to it. And then you can tell that later on he kind of went and wrote the lyrics or whatever. But it's cool. I mean, it is kind of a cool little glimpse into like their creative, how these songs were created. And I think that's what they were trying to do, is show you a little bit of like, hey, check it out. Like this is how we would like come up with songs. Like we would just jam until we'd get something that excited us, and then we'd go back and refine it some more, and then it would become what you hear today. So it's kind of cool. I don't mind that. But again, it's sort of a random way to end everything, right? It's kind of a random ending. So, and I would say random is the way to describe this. It's random. It's like all over the place. It jumps all over the place. I just wish that it went in chronological order. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just wish it was chronological. Like put all the studio things together in chronological order, then put all the live things together in chronological order. I was also thinking, forget the mixtape live thing. Just do like one show. Like put like you did with the other one with the Lamb show. Like do like one show from the, I don't know, the 77 tour. That's not really that well documented. Like there's got to be a show that was recorded from Wind and Wuthering tour, or even like the Duke tour, or Abacab. Like, but we do have the Abacab tour on this. So maybe maybe put like a Duke show or something, like the whole show. And that covers a bunch of eras, right? Like the show will cover the different eras. I don't know. It just feels weird. It just feels weird to jump all over the place. And then like disc 3 does the 12 inches into live track, 3 live tracks, then jumps back into studio. So it's so bizarre. It's like it's almost like I want to take this and like download it and then rip it or something and then just move the tracks around to listen in chronological order. Makes sense to me. I don't know. So this is like I'm glad it exists. Don't get me wrong. I'm kind of ripping on it, but I'm glad it exists. There's some really as I said, there's some great excellent music on here. There's some really cool things. But it's so frustrating as a product. I just think the artwork could have been better. I think it could have been 4 discs instead of 3. I think they could have put a full concert on here. They should have put everything in chronological order. There's just like so many beefs I have with this. It didn't bother me as much on this. Like I don't feel like this was as schizophrenic as far as the way it was put together. It didn't feel that way. Maybe it was, but it didn't feel as that way as much. And I'll do another video on this at some point because I just think this is worth doing another video on. I don't want to talk about that too much. But this felt like, wow, this is kind of slapdash, man. Like this could have been so much better. Could have been way better. So, and I'm saying that as a fan. Again, I keep wanting to say that over and over again. I'm saying it as a massive fan of Genesis. I just think this had so much potential to be so much better. That's all I'm saying. Because there's so much great live material out there. So much great live stuff. And I don't mind the studio stuff, but I just wish they would have put it in order because it would have made more sense and it would have flowed better. So as a listen, so because when you listen to this the way it is, you're like, this is bizarre. And then that 12-inch mixes are like, get rid of those. Don't even put those on there. Like just do away with that completely. I mean, that's a bunch of time on here that's used up by this silly 12-inch mixes that don't make any sense with Genesis. So get rid of those. So anyway, there's my it's kind of this is sort of a rant video and I'm kind of just ripping the crap out of this, but again, I'm glad it exists. I'll say it again. I'm glad it exists. I'm a fan. I love a lot of things that are on here. I do. I love a lot of things that are on here, but just the presentation of it just drives me up a wall. So anyway, that's my rant for today. I love Genesis. Don't get me wrong. And I'm upset because I care, right? That's why I'm all like upset about it because I care. I think this would be so much better, you know. So anyway, that's it for today. Check it out. I mean, it's worth checking out for the songs. And maybe, like I said, maybe I'll just download this and put it in order, and it would be a lot better, you know. I don't know, and get rid of the 12 inches, obviously. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna do more. I've got stuff on the horizon. I've got things booked with other people. I'm gonna be on some other channels coming up soon. So I'm saying actually some things I'm excited about. A couple different things came up this week. It's like I don't know, all of a sudden out of nowhere, like boom, 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 like 3 different things happen. I got invites to be on other channels, which is great. It's like my fun. That's the community part of it that I love. You know, all these YouTubers that are huge fans that are friends of mine now, and we go back and forth and say, hey, how about doing this and how about that and how about this and it's fun. It's really weird. That's the fun part of this gig. So I've been doing some alone stuff recently, but it's fun to collaborate. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. If you're still with us, you must be a big Genesis fan. Or with me, you must be a big Genesis fan. So thanks for sticking around, and remember to hit the like button and hit subscribe. Please hit subscribe. It really helps me a lot. And it helps me to motivate to do these videos. It's interesting when things like just kind of flatten out, which they kind of have lately. It's like things flatten where you get no like, you're just like the few likes and no new subscribers for a long time. It starts to feel like, ugh, is anyone even watching this channel? So you get a little frustrated sometimes, but you just got to keep at it and keep doing it. Doesn't matter. It's just all about the passion and all about how you care about music and you just want to do this because it's fun. You gotta, it's not about the results. It's about the process and the fun of doing it. So anyway, I'm reminding myself right now. So anyway, thanks again, everybody. And we'll see you next time on Cureless Mania. Bye.